since I posted a video, so this one's not the most exciting, but if you like to watch people paint and do drywall repair, this video is for you. Enjoy. Alright, so we have a classroom here that needs some vinyl letters removed off the wall, some drywall repair. We will do some priming and 2 coats of low luster paint. You can see the vinyl's coming off in some areas, so we're going to do a color change here. And usually when you take this vinyl lettering off, it doesn't damage the wall, but I have a feeling that the area where the big letters were was not primed and it took the latex paint completely off. So I was expecting some, not quite as much, but so I won't bore you for the entire removal. It can be satisfying as well, taking these off, particularly when it doesn't leave any drywall repairs. You can see here, it took quite a bit of the latex off, so just got to scrape it off and get all the loose stuff off to where you can start the drywall repair. I always use 5-minute mud because, well, I don't have much patience, but also it moves the project along. I like the consistency of it. You do have to move fast, and I like to use a wet sponge to feather it out, because when this stuff dries, it dries really hard, so you want to not put it on too thick for sure, but then also feather the edges. I had some junk in my pan that left some marks here, but it all sands out with a combination of wet sanding and regular sanding sponge, and I like to use a sanding pole as well. Alright, I didn't bore you with all the drywall repair and sanding, and so here I'm just cutting in the primer because it's over this dark brown paint, and we're going to go with a light gray. I'm just doing this wall today, and then we'll come back and do the rest of the room, which is pretty beat up from chairs banging into the wall. And just putting a coat of primer on. This primer is probably a little bit too dark for what's going over it, but it's what I had on hand. It covers well. It hides the drywall repairs really well. I have to use what Sherwin-Williams calls low luster paint over top of it, which is a little too shiny for me, but it has to be done in this classroom where there's going to be handprints all over the wall, and if we used anything else, it would just be hard to clean and leave worse marks. So this is the Zinsser 123 primer in gray, just to even out the patches. Probably boring you a little bit too much with just watching paint dry, literally. And the paint was drying really slow in this room, and it wasn't overly humid in there, but the drywall repairs were drying slowly even with fan on them, and the primer took a long time to dry as well. I probably, if in normal circumstances, I probably would have been done with this room an hour and a half earlier than I was, but I had left and went to lunch and to give it a chance to dry before I put the top coat on. And here it is. That's the primer. So you don't have to have 100% coverage on it, but it's gonna even out those patches and make the top coat go on a lot nicer. Here we are. I'm getting ready to cut in the Sherwin-Williams. I'm using cashmere in low luster, which is kind of funny because it's pretty shiny. I won't bore you 100% with this. Normally I would have a small 4-inch roller to roll behind because I hate seeing brush marks, but this was going on pretty well, so I just brushed everything in. I like to try to hit all the low spots before I have to get on a ladder. So I'll hit around 2 outlets. I removed the rubber baseboard so it makes rolling a lot easier, and I wanted to replace all the baseboard in the room anyway. It was looking pretty bad. This room is half carpeted and half VCT tile, so there's some wax buildup in some areas. Just cut in around the door stopper there as well. This Mindful Gray looks really beige on camera. There's a lot of beige in it, but it's a good neutral color. Always like to use an 18-inch roller. I think I get good coverage and it's good balance on the roller. Hopefully I don't let this roll too long and bore everybody. It is satisfying to be able to transform a wall that was looking pretty shabby in just a few hours with just some drywall repair and some primer and paint. If you like instant gratification, you probably like painting. If you got the patience to do the prep properly. Some people don't. I think most of the time people don't think they can paint because they don't want to put the time into the prep. But getting close to the end here, you see I'm just replacing the rubber baseboard. They sell an attachment for your caulk gun to put 3 good lines of the adhesive on the back, but I've found that there's actually so much static from where the rubber meets the wall there that it doesn't take a whole lot of adhesive. I mean, as long as you just press it in place, you're more than fine. Just broke the 4th wall there. Alright, and just coming up on the finish. Super exciting! A gray wall with gray baseboard. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm looking forward to making some more in the future. So, if you like it, please hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.